Konnichiwa, Mina. How are you doing? I hope you're all good. I know I look very interesting today. It's because I had bed hair, and the only way I could fix it without having to shower was to turn into a troll doll. So that's what we're going with today. Troll doll chic. Sorry, we've had to take a brief intermission because one of my housemates won't shut up. So I've got my setup already. I've got my tea, I've got my instructions, and I have the box with all the paper in it. Now I've done it by color, which I'm so happy about, and it gives me so much joy. And this little cavity that's spare is used for the cranes that I've already made. So let's get going. Now today's color is also one of my favorites. Here she is. I'll give you a close-up. Here's a close-up of what the paper looks like. It's got white cherry blossoms, it's got bits of blue, purple, and pink. I love those combination of colors. It reminds me of like gumballs and stuff, and also like space, and I love space. So this is definitely one of my favorites, top 3, if not the top 1. You are gonna be pretty crane. Now, last video I did say that I would talk about Sadako Sasaki, and I will. So when she was 2 years old, that is when the atom bomb of Hiroshima? I know a lot of people say Hiroshima, but I don't know the Japanese pronunciation is Hiroshima. I'm gonna call it Hiroshima. I'm really sorry. All of this information I did get from the Hiroshima International School. So she was 2 years old when the atomic bomb fell in Hiroshima, and she lived 2 kilometers away. So when the bomb dropped, a lot of her neighbors died, but as far as they could tell, she was fine. She had no physical injuries. She was a very happy girl until 7th grade, as that is when she started presenting symptoms. She started running in a race, and then she felt fatigued and tired and dizzy, so she had to call sick. And after this incident, because at the time she thought it was to do with the race, it actually was the starting symptoms of her illness. So after this happened a couple more times where she even fainted, she was taken to the hospital, and that's where she was diagnosed with leukemia. Leukemia is a blood disease, also known as blood cancer. Did I? Hang on. 1, 2, 3. At the time, leukemia was also known as the A-bomb disease, as many people who survived the atomic bombing would get leukemia, and unfortunately, not many people survived, if any. So Sadako had to stay in hospital for a very long time, and it made her miserable, as you would be if you found out the news that you had leukemia, and the survival rate was very, very low, if not even 0. So her friend Shizuko visited her in hospital, and she brought around origami paper, like the paper that we have here. And she told Sadako of a legend, and the legend was that if a sick person were to fold 1,000 cranes, then their health would start to improve and they would become well again. And because of her illness, Sadako was actually in a lot of pain, but she decided that as terrifying as the situation was, she was going to fold these 1,000 cranes so that her wish for good health would be granted. After she had folded maybe 500 cranes, she was actually feeling well enough to get out of the hospital. However, she did end up relapsing and had to be admitted again. And her family would visit her in hospital all the time and help her to make all these cranes. Sadako was in a lot of pain, but she managed to fold 644 cranes before she passed peacefully in her sleep, with her family by her side. This story was so moving that her classmates, after she had passed, actually created a paper crane club, and there ended up being a statue made in her honor in Hiroshima Peace Park. It is called the Children's Peace Monument, and people still send cranes there from all over the world to this day to honor her and to try and make her wish for world peace come true. And I remember being told this story in, I believe, high school, and it made me really sad. But also, I do believe that it is like a symbol of hope, and I've always loved the idea of making cranes to make a wish. So hopefully I can help her wish for this same thing. I remember as a teenager being heavily inspired, and even as an adult, to the point where I actually wrote a song about paper cranes. Not that I'm ever gonna release it, because I am not a singer. This paper looks amazing. It is so cute. I have a deep deep respect for people and families who have to go through what Sadako's family went through. I believe her brother actually helped commemorate the opening of the statue, and her doctor also had a part in it as well, which I think is very sweet. We're getting a bit better. So yeah, that was a very brief explanation about the story of Sadako Sasaki. Feel free to go online and find out more information. I know I will, because the story has been intriguing me for many, many years. And if I ever go to Japan, it is in the plans, I do want to visit this statue and put my own paper cranes there for her. Maybe next time I'll also look into how the legend of the 1,000 cranes to grant a wish actually came about. That's something I'm also interested in, and I thought that the legend was originated from the story of Sadako Sasaki, but apparently not, as her friend told her about it. And I'm very interested to find out why. I know it's something to do with that real-life cranes could live for like 100 years, but also I want to find out more, because research is my jam. So thank you for joining this troll doll today. Hope you had a good time, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!